I found him. He's dumb. Okay, that didn't help. This ain't working. Maybe the person I have to talk to is further in the dungeon? I don't know. It wouldn't make sense that he left his sword with someone deeper in the dungeon, would it? I guess maybe it would. Great, I'm alone. Ah, we got a critical hit and poison me, I think. Can't really hit him from behind, so this skill kind of doesn't help. Fortunately, none of my job abilities help with fights. But this does. Level up. I don't care. Alright, I guess I'll go further in the dungeon and see what happens. It says one of these swords? Or one of these? Well, what the heck? Snake boat is no longer silenced. Greetings. It would at least help if, like, this dialogue changed when we came back out. Like, oh, I don't have a sword. Then I would at least know I'm on the right track. Instead, they all just say the same exact thing. Is it Dufresne? Dufresne? Party of three? Dufresne? Oh, well, there you go. At least he responded. Look out behind you! That worm. The worm is here for blood. I'll save you. So if it's not these two, but these two actually say something about it. Well, these are the only two that are up here, though. I talked to everyone. I talked to all 6 of these dots. The only person I haven't talked to is the one way far away, which I can't see at the moment. I think he was... I forget where he was. I have a general idea of where he is, though. Do I really have to go all the way back to that guy? There's no freaking way. There's no way that's what I have to do, right? There's no way, right, Death You Craig? I hate to summon these guys everywhere I go, but if I get ambushed by something, I don't want to die. Because dying is extremely punishing. It means I have to walk all the way back. Do people still play this online? Ask the 50 people that have asked me what server I'm on today. Okay, not that many people. Yeah, believe it or not, this game is still quite active. And I can see why, because, I mean, it's still... It feels a bit dated, but it's not unplayable by any means. And they, you know, kept updating it and stuff. Like, it definitely doesn't feel abandoned by any means, you know. It's still very playable. Oh my god, really? And I don't have inventory space for it. Ah! Oh my god. This game is so MMO, it hurts. Gee. It's just so MMO. It's so... Walk to the very furthest NPC you possibly could. And take these items that fill up your inventory space. They don't have like a special quest tab. It takes your inventory space. Walk 2 feet into the dungeon to talk to the guy and then walk right back out. It hurts. I'm glad these guys are, like, canonically not real. They're, like, copies of real people, but they're not actually real people. Because I'd feel bad putting them through all this. Of course, that's pretty much the Final Fantasy way. Final Fantasy VIII, everyone has to sit there and watch Squall play cards for like 4 hours. So, guess it makes sense. Yeah, don't do that. It's annoying. Take that idea out of your head. No one likes that. I'm being attacked, but I really don't want to stop and fight. What's the story so far? We live in the town of San Diorio, and the guards have asked us to do a couple tasks to help out. And as we've done those tasks to help out, we've met like 3 characters who have differing opinions on things we don't understand yet. That's pretty much it. Also fireworks. How's it going, Slim? I really like how this game looks. I mean, it's not blowing anyone away, but for an MMO, I think it looks pretty nice. I kind of like how everything's bigger. Some MMOs, everything's tiny. I don't really like that as much. I like how big the characters are. And the camera is very, like, zoomed in while you're fighting, and it makes it feel a bit more like a... I don't know, it's just nice. Makes it more cinematic. This game originally released on PS2, but it no longer works on PS2. You have to play it on PC now. But it was originally a PS2 game, yes. Are we gonna attack these bats or just watch them kill our friends? Thank you. Well, I can't switch before the mob's dead or else I'll start attacking the other mob. If I, like, select switch target and, like, scroll over the other one, it doesn't work either. So, I don't know. There's gotta be a way to do it, but... The only way I've seen to do it is just switch targets as they're dying. Wow, Coffin has Cure 2. A legend. My sword! You brought me my sword! It's just what I needed. I thank you, adventurer. I'll be fine from here on out. Please let my captain know. Are you telling me I have to go back out of this cave and talk to another NPC? Oh boy. Table 123, Bryce. I mean, I'm all for walking into a cave, talking to an NPC, walking out of a cave, talking to an NPC, walking into a cave, talking to an NPC, and then walking out of the cave and talking to an NPC. That do be MMO mechanics. But at least I could have, like, gone through a bit more of the cave and not just walked in the first doorway and he was right there. No, the restart didn't help. I ended up having to switch controllers entirely. I believe the issue is the cord. Like, both cords I'm using. I had a cord, and I thought it was the cord malfunctioning, but then I switched to a second cord, and that one also malfunctioned. So then in my brain I was like, it's definitely not the cord, but I think actually both cords are bad. And I need to go get a, like, braided cord, because USB 3.0 is just not reliable enough. If it's not a great cord, it just sucks. But we'll see. Well, the rescue training was a wash, but you helped me find our lost soldier. I think you've earned this rescue training certificate. Rescue training was a wash, but you helped me find our lost soldier. I think you've earned this rescue training certificate. 'Rescue 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 training certificate. ' I gotta say, seems most of what we do is we get certificates, and certificates have to be the lamest item to get in a video game. It just sounds so lame. Thanks for the certificate. Certified. Like they could have been anything. Instead I get that. Reminds me like in high school when they give you like a certificate. Hall monitor certificate. You were nice to your classmates this week. You get the certificate of niceness. And you get 1 extra serving of pudding at lunchtime. This is the greatest day of my life. I'll remember this day forever. Full on participation trophies. Wait, I didn't have to give him the certificate? I thought I would have to trade it to him. My favorite character, question mark Snakeboat. Alright, well looks like the next quest has something else going on. So the Devoy report. It says it's level 25. Does that mean I have to be level 25? Or... oh my god, I have to give another crystal to unlock it. Also, I could trade 3 crystals to skip it. I'm tempted. No, I think I did have it. God, I hate these menus. Dude, just stop. Oh, there you go. So then it's just boom. I did it. It went okay. I still have a lot of work to do, though. What level am I now? 20. I can do things. So I could buy the poison dagger because it's level 20. Or I could wait and buy the mithril dagger. I want the poison dagger. Oh. I gotta go to the Mog House again. Google. What these seals do? They seem important, but do I need this? You just have to get it once. I don't understand why you're saying... Oh, never mind. Yeah, I gotta dispose of these crystals. I'm not even using these yet. I'm just gonna get rid of most of them. I need to keep a couple though for... So I give one to the dude. I could try selling him at the auction house at some point. I have no reason to at the moment. I'm not using Gil. Except I could use it to teleport, I guess. I'm just getting everything from the Sparks person. And the stores I went to had nothing good anyways. How's it going, Mistress? It's going pretty well. We're making progress. Yeah, I don't know. People were telling me before that the story is pretty good, like minus DLC. Other people are saying it doesn't get good until the DLC, so I don't know what to think. But again, it's a Final Fantasy story, which means it's automatically divisive. And some people will say it's the worst thing ever, and some people will say it's the best thing ever, so it's hard to say. How's it going, caveman? This time it's messenger duty. One of our knights is out scouting at a place called Devoy on the southern edge of Jugner Forest. The orc stronghold is in Devoy, so it's vital that we stop them from massing, or they may launch an assault. Of course, the orcs are keeping an eye on us too. Why, just a few days past, the squad of our royal knights fell to their axes. Prince Trion ordered scouts from the royal knights to Devoy, while Prince Pai ordered scouts from the temple knights. It's like the right hand knows not what the left is doing. That seems to be like the only piece of story we've gotten so far is Trion and Pai don't get along. Minarlai, however, is furious, but first he needs knowledge. You must find the scout from the Temple Knights, receive a scouting report, and return that report to the Minarlai. Somewhere in Devoy, but where I cannot say. I gotta say, I was memeing about it at the start of the game, but I'm starting to miss the go get wolf pelt quests. Like, quests are like, just go talk to NPCs. Where's my, like, go fight a giant orc and save the town quest? What was I gonna do? Oh, yeah. Like, I don't know. It bothers me when they could literally choose anything in the world to make these quests about, and it's always like the most boring thing you could possibly think of. That's just like every MMO, I swear. It's not go to the orc stronghold and destroy all the orcs and claim the land for Sandorio. It's go talk to the guy outside and ask for his report and then come back. Why? Where are these woods? Need to talk to him again. I don't know where it is. And yeah, you know, I get that, like, you gotta work your way up to more crazy missions, but you could make the starting missions more exciting so that everyone doesn't just quit. Because, I mean, we're what? 8 hours in at this point? More than that? I haven't even gotten, like, a quest to go kill some special enemy. It's just go fight the same stuff and do the same things. I haven't even gotten, like, oh, there's this... I mean, like, I'm thinking about, like, other games. It's like, okay, you could have, like, oh, there's this rabbit, but he's like, there's something weird going on with this rabbit. You know, it could be something like that. Like, it's still low-key, but it's still exciting. How come I can't go to... Aha, there we go. Okay, I see. But I don't need the gear. I have nothing to fight. Why do I go get gear? This is my issue, you know, with these games sometimes. It's like, yeah, I could go fight that enemy and go get some better gear, but why? Nothing is a challenge. I did die to that orc in that cave, but I didn't need to go that way. The NPC was at the start. I died because I went the wrong way. The only time I've died is from going the wrong way, not from the mission. So I'm not going to sit here for 20 minutes and farm an enemy and waste more time when I don't even need it, you know? Now, from what I read, this is like a level 25 quest. And I'm only level 20. So maybe we'll have some struggle with it. We'll see. Just so you want me to farm this guy for hours for a rare drop when, like... Yeah, that sounds fun. Like, what's the point of doing that? Let's make the game more boring. Hey, see you, Darth. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. I know I'm golfing and going to the circus, I think. But both of those things are happening during the day, so I might be able to bonus stream this weekend. I would love to do a bonus stream and work on They Are Billions, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm just saying, I have no desire to farm at the moment. Zero desire to farm. The game has not put me in the mindset where I'm like, oh man, I'd love to farm right now and get stronger. For what? There's no big dragon I have to slay, or, you know what I mean? Like, my mindset is not anywhere near, oh, I'd love to go farm right now. My mindset is, I'd like to see something happen. I'd like to see an enemy that's cool. I'd like to like get an ability that's interesting. I'd like to, you know, learn some new lore, or learn more about the story, or these characters that we have kind of learned about, but not really. I have absolutely no desire to farm. Now, if I go to do this quest, and there's some NPC that's like, my brother, please save me. I know details about our family and your mom, who's actually an orc. And then, right as he's saying that, a dragon steps in front of him. And then I try to fight the dragon, and the dragon kills me. Then I'll be like, oh man, I want to go farm and get stronger so I can kill that dragon and figure out why my mom's an orc. But that hasn't happened. Instead, I'm just going to get some info and then report back to base. Is this dragon's dog? Your ex-girlfriend is an orc? Do you still have her number? Just out of curiosity. What server is she on? See this guy get eaten by that thing or something. Oh, no one laughed at my "what server is she on" joke. Are y'all sleeping? Yeah, I was thinking about the mount thing, but I don't know. Are you lurking, or is this game putting you to sleep? Nope, just bad. Yes. Both. Fair. God, I have to walk all the way over there. And nothing here is even worthy of fighting. No, it's not a, like, stab at the game or anything, but we said at the beginning of the Let's Play, like, this game isn't really great for a Let's Play, or may not be good for a Let's Play. So I kind of want to gauge where people are at, because if the game is putting everyone to sleep, then we're not going to Let's Play it for another 3 months. I will move on, you know. The thing is, seems like a lot of people on YouTube were really excited for this playthrough, which is good. But several people today have said, like, have made, like, jokes about it being boring. So I'm just kind of gauging, like, you know, what people are thinking. I mean, the game's slow. I mean, it's an MMO, it's slow. It's not bad, it's just slow. Oh, I appreciate that, Rabio. You uninstalled twice before the story caught you. But you said that the story doesn't get good till the DLC, right? And we're not doing the DLC, so... That does make a difference. That's good to hear, Carrie. It's been pretty entertaining so far, just with the frickin' MMO noob tries to figure out things, but I would hope that that only lasts a bit longer, and then once I know what's going on, it's either going to get more interesting because things are going to get more epic, or less interesting because I'll know what I'm doing and I'll just be walking places. If you type !Fantathon into the chat there, you'll see the whole schedule. And yes, we're playing them all in order. Fantathon's been going on for 2 years now. And I have every intention of keeping it that way, but I did say at the start that, like, I wouldn't force myself to play through the entirety of the main story of this game if people weren't feeling it. But it sounds like everyone's still feeling it. I am too. I'm still enjoying it. I might feel different 2 weeks from now, but for now I'm still enjoying it. I did not enjoy the controller problems, but that had nothing to do with the game. So. This looks like a temple from frickin' Dark Cloud. Is that a... What this? It's a save crystal that got broken. Dot hack? Yeah, I see that. I totally see that. This whole game kind of has a dot hack aesthetic, which Just like the way the characters look and stuff in the UI. Stone Chucker. It's probably summon my boys before I get in trouble. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about... I could not get up those steps. Holla, Gate Crystal. The heck is that? So it was a key item. Needed to teleport to that crag. Yeah, me too. Totally understand what that is. A chocobo. Well, crap. That's not like a regular... Is that not a regular teleport thing? Well, shoot. I wanted like a teleport thing so I could come back here. Not having to walk again. Oh, so you cast teleport. Okay. I'll have to try that. There's also a book over here. Yeah, so like... I think one of my bigger struggles with this game in terms of if I were to give it a, you know, unbiased review is that you have to look up everything and stuff, which is fine because that's how they kind of wanted to make it. But so many of the basic tools are so unintuitive. And I feel like there's a difference between having the character look up stuff and being unintuitive. It could be intuitive and still have us look up stuff. It could be intuitive and still have us like need party members and need friends to get through stuff. Their goal was to like make sure that you play the game with friends. You could do that through difficulty curve and not through just everything being incredibly unintuitive. And I understand like the missions being unintuitive, so you have to kind of ask your friends to get through them, but teleporting and shops and stuff, like all that didn't need to be so unintuitive. And I almost feel like it's a bit of the case where this was their first MMO, and so they tried to make it too much like an MMO instead of giving it its own personality, like its own Square Enix charm, its own... They could have taken a lot of the... Why do I have 0 HP? They could have taken a lot of the... menus and like quality of life stuff from the other games they made and implemented it here, but it's almost like they didn't want to do that because it was an MMO and they wanted it to have its own feel, or they wanted it to be MMO-ish. I mean, even like these menus, like just look at how many options. I feel like I could play an MMO today, like an MMO that just came out. Like I could play Black Desert and there wouldn't be this many options. You know what I mean? Like it's so it's overcomplicated. It doesn't need to be this much, surely. For a game that came out in 2001 on a PS2, there's no way we needed this much, right? I mean, I'm not saying they don't have their use, but maybe there just didn't need to be this much. I mean, there's this many menu options, but when it comes to combat, it's like very simple, and that's kind of backwards to me. Maybe that's just me, you know, being anti-MMO, but... And I mean, I'm not even scratching the surface either, too. I'm not even at endgame, which is where MMOs begin. Why does it say... Oh, footprint. I was like, there's no goblin here. There's nothing out of the ordinary here. Yes there is. There's goblin footprints. It kind of, you know, it goes back to like some of the stuff we were talking about when we played through Elden Ring. Like, just because there's so much to do that you could play the game for 100 hours and still not do everything doesn't mean that's a good thing. Like, it doesn't... The game isn't better just because there's a lot. There needs to be incentive to do those things, or else they're just wasted. Those mechanics are wasted if no one uses them, right? So, I got that FOV training regime. I got the FOV FOE finished. Look at me using terms. It's like I've learned. He's learning, guys.